Title: My cheating wife's lover. Came to my house and threatened me. She's my woman now. Accept it, or I'll bury you in lawsuits while I keep screwing your wife. When I get tired of her, you can have her back. I took a step forward and punched him in the face. The sound of crunching cartilage and breaking teeth filled the room. I kicked him in the groin, and he crawled into a corner, whimpering pitifully. Chapter 1. You thought you could humiliate me and walk away? He stood in my doorway, smirking, chest puffed out like he had just conquered something worth bragging about. Listen up, cuckold, he sneered. The words barely registered. I didn't see a man standing there. I saw a dead mistake still breathing. He went on. She's my woman now. You need to accept it, or I'll bury you in so many lawsuits you won't be able to move. And you know what? While you're drowning in court dates and debt, I'll be screwing your wife. He grinned wider. Eventually, I'll get tired of her. Then she'll be yours again, used up, broken, yours. That's when I stepped forward. No warning, no ceremony, no hesitation. One clean right hook. The crunch was instant, cartilage shattering, teeth snapping loose inside his mouth like broken marbles. He staggered backward, blood already spraying from his nose. He barely had time to gasp before I drove my boot directly into his groin. He folded like a paper doll, collapsed into a pathetic, whimpering heap in the corner of my porch. No witnesses, no cameras, just me, him, and justice long overdue. Step 1. Control the field. I stood over him, calm as a surgeon. You're going to leave, I said, voice low, deadly calm. You're going to crawl back to whatever hole you slithered out of. He whimpered something unintelligible. And if you ever step near me again, it won't be just your teeth you lose. I turned, slammed the door, and locked it behind me. But this wasn't the end. This was just the beginning, because you don't just fight scum like him with fists, you bury them with strategy. Chapter 2. You wanted a war? I'll give you an execution. I didn't sit down after the door slammed. Didn't rage, didn't throw punches into the wall like a fool. I got to work. Because if he thought throwing around threats of lawsuits would scare me, he had no idea the hell he had just unlocked. Step 2. Start the war. Where he can't see it first, I called a lawyer, not a divorce lawyer, a corporate shark, a man who made a living eating people like my wife's lover alive and picking his teeth with their bones. I gave him the rundown: trespassing on private property, verbal threats of malicious litigation without basis, attempted extortion, physical threats recorded by my home security system. Oh yes, that camera above the doorbell recorded everything in crystal clear 4K. Step 3. Hit him where it hurts within 48 hours. My lawyer filed a restraining order against him. We served him a civil lawsuit for harassment and emotional distress. We leaked copies of the restraining order filing to his employer, who had a strict morality clause. Turns out, companies don't like when their employees get served papers for threatening married men and engaging in extramarital affairs. His rising star reputation? Shattered. His job? Hanging by a thread. But that wasn't even the main course. Chapter 3. Cutting off their oxygen, one breath at a time. His job wasn't the only thing I went after. It was time to suffocate them both. Slow, systematic, no way out. Step 4. Destroy their circle. I sent carefully written anonymous emails to every major client he had. Inside those emails, a simple question. Is this the kind of man you trust with your money? Attached, copies of the restraining order, screenshots of his threats, and evidence of his relationship with a married woman. No accusations, no ranting, just cold facts. The result? Clients started dropping him, one after another, and in his world, reputation is currency. No reputation, no business. Step 5. Pull her into the fire. As for my cheating wife, I wasn't finished with her either. I filed for divorce, citing adultery, armed with overwhelming evidence, screenshots of her texts with him, surveillance footage of him coming and going from the house when I was away on business, bank statements showing money she spent on hotel rooms and gifts, and because she was the primary breadwinner at her job, her clean public image was critical. So I quietly sent a full, anonymous packet to her HR department. Not slander, not lies, just evidence. Because once a company sees an employee embroiled in a messy public divorce due to gross misconduct, they start protecting themselves. Hard. She was called into meetings, placed under review. Her colleagues started whispering. Her boss stopped making eye contact. ICE Step 6. Isolation complete. Both of them, the arrogant lover and the faithless wife, had become radioactive. Friends turned their backs. Clients withdrew. Job security evaporated. Future plans crumbled, and I didn't have to raise my voice once. Chapter 4. When they beg, it's already too late. It took less than 2 months for the cracks to fully shatter. First came the emails. Not angry, not arrogant, but desperate. Him. Hey man, maybe we can talk. Things got out of hand. Her. Please, can we meet? I made a mistake. I realize now what I had. I didn't answer. Silence is the only language traitors understand when it's too late. Step 7. Watch them sink. She showed up at my doorstep once. Different now. No makeup. Hollow eyes. Clothes that didn't fit like they used to. Baggy, desperate. She knocked for 10 minutes straight. I watched from inside, calm, still. She eventually slid down to sit on the porch, crying into her hands like that would wipe away what she did. When she finally gave up and stumbled off into the night, I didn't feel pity. I felt freedom. Step 8. One last nail in the coffin. I didn't just want to move on. I wanted to seal the door shut behind me forever. The divorce finalized. She walked away with nothing. No house, no car, no savings. He lost his job, blackballed in the industry. No interviews, no callbacks. They turned on each other. Blaming, fighting, clawing for scraps of dignity. Last I heard, they weren't even together anymore. Turns out, betrayal built on lies collapses just as fast as trust destroyed. Final chapter. I didn't just survive. I became their worst nightmare. Life after betrayal isn't about rebuilding what was lost. It's about creating something so far above what they destroyed that they choke on your success every time they hear your name. Step 9. Thrive loud enough that they hear it in their sleep. I didn't just survive. I leveled up, bought a better house, paid for in full, no shared memories in the walls, took the business I built and expanded it, became the man they never believed I could be without them. Rebuilt my life with people who knew loyalty wasn't just a word, it was a bond. And while they scrambled for scraps, I traveled, I celebrated, I lived. And every step forward I took was a reminder to them. You tried to bury me. You forgot. I was the storm you should have feared. Step 10. Final truth. They thought they could humiliate me, break me, own me. But all they did was set me free. Because once a man loses everything he thought he needed, he becomes something unstoppable. And them? They're nothing now. Ghosts, regrets, cautionary tales whispered at parties. Not because I hurt them after, because they hurt themselves, and I simply made sure the world watched. I didn't send them flowers, didn't send threats. I sent silence, and silence was louder than any scream. Was this revenge justified? Then, like the story and subscribe the channel and share with others. We want to hear your thoughts. Drop them in the comments below. If you're into real jaw-dropping pro-revenge stories that keep you on the edge of your seat, don't just scroll. Hit that subscribe button and smash the like button and share the story to fuel more thrilling tales just like this. Your support helps us bring these powerful stories to life. Every like, share, and subscription truly means the world. Thank you for being part of Lauren's story, where every story has a shadow and every betrayal has its echo.